we ate them. So we leaving it, we walking down the hall. I think we played in Corning University. Walking down the hall, and I'm hearing Gus say, yo, who that guy, man? Who was that guy, man? He said, oh, I heard of him. And they were walking down, and I said, now you know me. You know what I'm saying? We were walking down the hall, going there, and we've been friends ever since, man. I met his mom, and I met their moms and everything, you know?
Definitely, rest in peace.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
All right, we're gonna start. So, Fly, it's the intro, just for me, we're not gonna show Fly until we open it up, all right? It's on you, man, let me know. All right. Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glen Springs, and oh boy, we have a very special guest. This guest personifies legend. When we talk about all the street law, all the rumors, all the things that people heard about basketball in New York City, he was him. He did it all. Starting out in Brownsville, to going to school in Madison, and then taking that next jump to prep school, and then getting on the national level at Austin Peay State University. There was only getting a glimpse of what was about to happen. But at Austin Peay, we got to know him all over the country. We knew who he was. We were just waiting for the world to figure out who this phenomenon was. He got to the stage playing the NBA, ABA, CBA, and crushed every park all across New York City and beyond. So with saying that, without further ado, help me welcome my guest, the one and only James Fly Williams.
You ready? Yeah. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos, where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. 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 Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online. Buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's up, legend?
How you, man?
Man, listen, I'm so honored, you know. All the things that we talked about in the beginning, starting Basketball Heads, is giving our legends and greats a platform to tell their story and be celebrated. And I've been waiting so long for this interview from the first time we started the show. If I don't have enough fingers and toes to count how many people came on my platform and talked about you and told me these incredible stories, which I'm just like, yeah, I heard those stories. I can't wait to ask him. Because some of this don't make sense, Fly. Like, I will be honest. From a basketball point of view, I'm like, nah, no one person could do that. And then I asked this person, I asked a couple of my OGs, and they're like, yeah, Pooh, it happened. You know, so we're gonna get into all that. But I wanna start off by asking you, who introduced you to the game?
Well, my man, Gregory Jocko Jackson. World Be Free, we grew up as kids. You know, I was a baseball player. You know, they used to have practice sometime in the park or in one of those small gyms, and I would just come, just to come. You know, we grew up together since we were 13, 14 years old. So they used to not have enough guys to practice with, so I had to practice with them. Next thing I know, the coach used to say, man, Fly could play, man. So he tried to get Jock and them to talk me into playing basketball. But I was a baseball player. You know, guys in the neighborhood. You know, but then I just got more interested in playing ball by just being around Jock and all of them. Before I know it, I was playing basketball in Madison High School. You know, my freshman year, I played JV and varsity then. You know, we played on both teams.
Oh, okay.
JV, I was killing them 50, 59, I was killing them. JV 44. So they put me on the varsity when I was a freshman. From there, I just excelled a little more every year, come home and work out on my game, watch guys on TV. So everybody had a number that they wore. So I started watching the NBA games and stuff. And I seen a guy named Roger Brown, man.
I just posted him today too.
Said he was from Brooklyn, went to Wingate High School. So I started watching. I really enjoyed the game. When I was playing, I wanted to shoot like him. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna take that number 35. I'm gonna wear that number there. You know, a guy from Brooklyn, went to Wingate, started wearing 35. As I went on playing ball, I used to always try to score my number.
That was the goal?
That was the goal. I always try to score my number. A whole lot of times I went over that number though, you know, but
First of all, let's go back a little bit before we start to jump ahead, right? You know, you just casually mentioned, I grew up with World Be Free. How many people can say that? You know, you guys through the same neighborhood came up together. He was in basketball a little bit earlier than you while you was playing baseball?
Yeah, we ended up playing against each other all day, my block against his block. You know, when I got into the game. But you got, man, we had a lot of guys come from right around here. Phil Sellers, Gregory Jocko Jackson, Jerry Ash Reynolds, Pearl Washington, myself, Earl. You know, all of us living 2-3 block radius. We used to play in this park. You wouldn't believe it, man. You wouldn't believe they were waiting to see us come up here and play, man.
The pickup games is legendary.
Man, outrageous. Outrageous, man. I mean, we used to go at it, man. You know, and a little mano-a-mano when you played back then, you know. You had to come to play, man. You know, and then you had Booby Green, Jimmy Eubanks, guys from up here. You know, we started really disliking each other getting on the court, though. I'll tell you that. You know, when you talk about competitive,
right?
You know, we really didn't care for one another. But after the game, we all sat out right in this little area right here, man. You know, everybody was cool. We did our little tussling and a little elbowing and do that again. We all that, you know. But at the end of the day, we back here tomorrow, you know.
You started out as a baseball player, but then you became the standard for all guys coming up in Brownsville to want to be like. You know, of course, Greg Jocko Jackson, you know, made it to the NBA and was the model, was the mentor, was the idol. But from hearing, you know, all the stories about all the guys coming up, your name was the standard for guys who want to be like, because, you know, you were so smooth, man, that had that pretty jump shot, man.
Well, you know, the world says it best, everybody wanted to be fly. You know, work hard on my game. You know, I was dedicated to it, you know. If you're not dedicated to it, the days you're tired, you got to go work. You can't say, I'm gonna take off today, you know. You got to work every single day. Every minute you out there, you got to work on something with your game. Like, they used to always thought I was left-handed because I had a nasty left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had a nasty left, man. You know, and it was unheard of back then. Guys just use the, you know, right hand for everything. I know a guy be on this side and dribble across this way with his right hand.
The Bob Cousy.
Yeah, you know. So I perfect different things by listening to different people. You know what I'm saying? Watching stuff on TV and start working with it. That geezer was tough though.
A lot of people didn't have it, man.
Man, the geezer, and the range was outrageous. You know what I'm saying?
Before three-pointers, there was no three-pointer.
Listen, man. Everybody talk about ISA game when I had 100 with no threes. I had 100 in the game. I come and get 50, 60. Bob McCullough's son today would just say, yeah, my dad told me about you. I asked him one day who scored the most in Rucker. He said, oh, God scored the most, but this guy Fly had 50 every time he walked in the park. I averaged 50 a game at Rucker when I played in Rucker. It took me 2 years to get in the Rucker. Peter Vesey can tell you better than anybody.
I heard about this story. You come into the park, Peter Vesey is talking about you, and then you walk up.
Me and Bernard Hart, and the guy was just here. Yeah, we walked in the park, and the guy, the announcer, mentions my name. He said, where he at? I'm standing right next to him. I said, I'm right here. He tells the guy over here, take your uniform off and get it to him. But I was trying to get Rucker for 2 years before that happened. I had to come up. Yeah. See, back then was a little thing with Brooklyn, Manhattan, a little different.
We had to go up there to play them, but they wouldn't come down to play.
Oh, they wouldn't leave that park.
Tell them, Flop, tell them.
They wouldn't leave that park. That's why they consider me today the only international legend, streetball legend in the world, bro. I played everywhere, major cities, anywhere. I played on top of the world, man. I went to Alaska and put it on them. You know what I'm saying? I went all over giving them the business, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my thing. I wanted to play against everyone to see how my talent was. I'm talking about Campy Russell when I went to the Dapper Dan. And we went to the Dapper Dan, and they were supposed to put me in for playing upstate New York. They put me for New York City, but Phil Sellers was the guy they picked from New York City. So they sent both of us to Detroit. That's when I met Adrian Dantley and Campy Russell. I come in, and they see me come in, yo, that's that guy Fly from New York City. What's up? I was a humble dude. What's happening, you know? We started playing. Campy Russell said, God, Jesus Christ, this guy can go. But they wouldn't let me play in the game because they had 2 people from New York.
That's some of the things the hurdles that we had to, overcome.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna keep going back a little bit more.
Okay.
That's okay. You keep going up, I'm gonna keep going back. Where does the name Fly come from?
Oh man, I used to dress like, I was clean, then my game got fly. You know what I'm saying? That was the ultimate thing there. That game got real fly. Yeah, World used to always say, that's my boy, I love World. Talked to him last night at the All-Star game. Let me tell you something, man. World said he always had a pretty car, a pretty girl, and a fly-ass game. You know what I'm saying? And I pay no mind. You know, he's my friend. We laugh about it, this and that. You know, World's a serious guy.
Yes,
you know, he's a real serious, always been. World is if I had World and Jock attitude, man, I'd have loved to play against Michael Jordan and them, man. He's a great player. Take nothing away from him. But I gave him the business, man. Trust and believe me. I got up for the best guys that was on the court. You know what I'm saying? Julius Erving will tell you. Julius Erving will tell you no lie. Julius said, man, he shoot that ball, man. You know what I'm saying? Love Doc, seen him last night. Got chills down my body on TV watching, you know, the guys that I played against, guys that I met in my life in the game. Julius Erving was one of them, man. You know, Julius Erving was just that guy, man.
Yeah, he was a model for all of us, you know.
Yeah.
I tell kids this, you know, I didn't have my dad in the home, but I was able to see him. But, you know, for the guys on television like him, Marvin Gaye, those guys, the Wilt Chamberlains, you watch these guys' demeanor and how they treat people, how they talk, and how they come across on television, and you take bits and pieces from them. You know, again, I was a late bloomer to the basketball world. Okay. So I would just hear about these stories about you playing and all the guys from Brownsville, the World B. Freeze, Phil Sellers, and all of those things. One of the stories, I'm gonna get right to this, that I heard that it took for me to ask about 5 to 10 people to see was it true. You played on a team. You scored 45.
I know where you're going.
you took the jersey off and played on the other team and scored like 55. Is this, hold on, before I even get to the rest of the story. You laughing, bro. This is not real, bro. This is not real. Like, what gave you the presence of mind to say, you know what? This is getting boring. I need a challenge. I'm gonna go to the other team. Was that it?
Well, nah, you know, I was a cocky guy, man. You know, I was unpredictable, man. You know, that's why they came to see me play. You know, what he gonna do today? Right. What antics he got up his sleeve? So I was playing against a number of guys. I wouldn't say his name because I killed him every time I seen him. You know, as soon as I see him, I know this is a great night.
Right,
you know
right.
You know how you see a guy?
Yep. Fool.
I'll mention one guy though, because everybody know about this one, Al Skinner.
Yes. Oh, the coach, Al Skinner. I know him by right? Played with the Nets and he became coach for Rhode Island and other places. Yep.
Listen, man.
You gave it to Al like that?
Gave it to him every time I seen him. But this particular thing, Tim Bassett played, Billy Post, Al Skinner. We had a pro-am, it was a pro-am. Mm-hmm. So it was an all-star game. So what I did was, I was killing them like 45 at halftime. Because I used to shoot that thing, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm talking about hitting 18, 19 jumpers before I miss one. Going to the rack, talking junk, I had more moves than a dude with diarrhea, bro. I mean, I had to put it on him, bro. I had to put it on him. I had to come down the break sometime, and the dude would say, man, lay for that, let him go before he embarrass me. You know, that's how Pearl became what he was.
So hold on. You get to 45, man. What is going through your mind? Okay, I'm gonna go join that team.
I was just crazy that day, and I just said.
What did you score going on that team?
I had 55 second half. I played that team, and I beat them.
Hold up. You scored 45, and your team is winning.
Was winning. I think we was up like 13-14 at halftime. So I don't know. Something this crazy came over me. I went and switched shirts with a guy on the other team. Listen, you go on that side. He said, for real? I said, yeah. I took his shirt. He took my shirt. He went on that team. I went back to that team. And I beat them by 3.
He figured I'm going to the winning team, so he not.
Yeah. He figured, you know, I don't know what was on his mind, to be frank with you.
Right.
I was just acting crazy that day doing something, you know, like everybody know I was unpredictable. Right. You know, and that just happened. But James Ryan can tell you, when we went up to Harlem to play, and I didn't realize who people were. Mm-hmm. You know, I didn't realize who people were. Pee Wee and Joe, all of them, I didn't realize who they were. So we go up there to play. When I left there, it was like, where that guy come from? You know, so me and Joe became good friends. First time I played Rucker with Peay, I think I had 61. First time I played at Rucker, I had 61. And they kept saying, well, that little skinny motherfucker, man, he can go, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, yo, they call him Fly. Guy said, yeah, I heard about him. He's from Brooklyn. But it took us a minute to get things going. And then Pete Edwards, he was a little kid.
Yes.
You know, I made them put him on the team with us. Wow. Yeah. And that's what I always say, if you ever hear Pete somebody say, yeah, put the kids in the game. We have 40, 30, let the kids play. And Pete became a great player. Kirk Sumner became a great player when they were young kids.
I saw them two play in Breevort together during the 80s. So let me just get something straight for you guys don't know. We taught the same Pete Edwards who runs IS-8 right now.
Yeah.
So when he was a kid, Fly was bringing him on to play, which is incredible. Man. Like all these guys, you mentioned Pearl, right? Yeah. So the fact that you used to show up to games maybe at halftime and still have 55 or 40 or whatever the case, there was a story when I interviewed Kenny Hutchinson, he said Pearl came to Kingdom on a motorcycle with a girl on her back.
Yeah.
That's a fly move right there,
Yeah, she
baby.
from out here.
That's a fly move right there.
You know, I had antics. You know, them guys are behind me, kids. You know, I rode up to the Coliseum one night. I drove the Rolls Royce, and I wanted to get to the game real quick, so I parked somewhere, and the police told me I got to move that car. I threw them the keys and told them to move it. I'm going to this game. You know, I'm going to this game. You know, I threw the police the key, and he parked the car. He was on beat outside the Coliseum. He parked the vehicle. I came out. He said, "It's over there." He told me where the car was at.
Hold on, I gotta go to this video, and you gonna verify this. Oh, we don't got no service in here. Hold on. I heard this story, right? It was during the first Breevort championship.
I know where you're going.
And Duck got it. No, this is what. All right, so
78 3/4.
Jesus Christ, his memory is so much better than mine. So
Say this again. Say who had the most points. Let's run it down there again.
The most points ever scored in the Breevort in the Coliseum was 78 by James Fly Williams. And I tell the kids now, you got Dykeman, you got this one, you got, but if you ain't never played in the Breevort under the lights, you ain't never played nowhere. Believe that. Believe that.
How can you forget that?
We bring the, you know, Coliseum back. I get the court fixed as a starting back. Again, like, there's one of the things for me starting basketball heads. This company got in contact with me. All these politicians promised to get the court fixed. No one got it fixed. This company, Full Court Peace, came down, got the court fixed. And now we back in business after about 30 years of not having a tournament.
Oh, they got something there now?
Yeah, we got the Breevort back.
I gotta come.
Yeah, and this is our 5th year. Right,
wow.
so we've been doing it.
Man.
Yes, since 2021.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah, man, and
wow,
it's a blessing, man. Mr. Diggs, who's been running it for years, we named the court after him. It's called the Thomas E. Diggs Memorial Coliseum.
That's Mel's neighborhood, Mel Davis, New York Knickerbockers. That's his
Mel on
town.
the show too. That's right. And
Killer.
who else talks about you? Slim.
Oh, Slim. Yeah.
Slim, yes. Slim talks about you as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going around the audience and I'm, you know, asking people questions about the history, right? And Duck Gotti goes, listen, come here. Everybody can talk about the Rucker, they can talk about all these parks, man, but Breevort, the lights. If you played in Breevort under the lights, you did something.
No, but that was a special team, playing on the lights, because we didn't have night games.
Yes.
So playing on the lights was real special to everybody. You know, they tell me we playing on the lights, I'm going to that game.
Woo.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm coming up in there. When I didn't believe the people, I said, wow, this is really nice, man. So, you know, you got to show out with a whole lot of people there. You know what I'm saying? And I think I met Duck there. Duck.
Yeah, he said he was actually playing in that game.
I met Roland Albright.
Yeah.
I met a few guys there. You know what I'm saying? Did I meet Kenny Charles? No, I met Kenny Charles St. John's, I think it's sold in the hole. But yeah, I met a lot of guys that could play. I started venturing out, going to different places.
You still hold a record there?
Oh yeah. 78 3/4.
Hold on. Time out. I don't got my whistle, y'all, so y'all gotta forgive me. Why didn't you play the 4th quarter?
Oh, we was up so much, I just didn't want to play no more. It wasn't interesting no more. You know, I used to get like that in games.
You could have got 100, but you could have like.
I got a buck over there, it's all right.
You done score. How many times you scored 100 points, man?
3, 106, 100, 100. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not normal, y'all. Listen, this has never been talked about with all the guests I've had. No one has talked about these kind of numbers. Breevort. What did Breevort mean to you and the community of basketball players coming from Brooklyn that played there, you know, under the lights and had that platform to perform on?
You know, you're a guy from the neighborhood. you showcasing your game. You got kids behind you that's looking at you, and you got to give them the business, bro. It wasn't no game about playing. You know, Jack had a saying, you know, me, Earl, and Jack, you know, we grew up. I want to play serious, I go get World, but if I want to win, I go get Fly. You know, Jack's son told me this here.
Wow.
Yeah, Jack said, I go get Fly. Well, you know, when we young, you know, we went up and down the highway, man. We went from New York to Philly, from Philly to Washington, back up to Rucker. We had a circuit every week, up and down the highway, man. And that's how you get your notoriety, man. See, you guys, you get these people that had these camps and put their names in book and this and that, but they don't go nowhere to play. They play and they never go to the camp. Then come right back and go to school. We went throughout the country. I played every major city, man. Every major city. You go in that town, they're gonna say, yeah, he was here. He left a mark on up in there. You know, from Boston to Maine to Alaska, man. You know, how you get notoriety and get the name, you gotta go bring your game and showcase it all over the country, man.
That's most definitely.
So when I ended up going to Horse and Peay, Coach Hamilton, he sat down the block. I lived like 4 blocks from here. He sat in front of my house for 7 days, waiting for me to come. That's how I ended up in Austin Peay. Yeah, that's how I ended up in Austin Peay. My mother said, some man here. I was playing in Kutcher's Country Club. I was playing in Boston. Oh, God bless Tiki Burton. I was playing up in Boston. I played in Maine. Then I came back down to Kutcher's and came home. The guy was still in the car. He said, I'm from Austin Peay State University. He said, we'd like you to attend our school. Now, before I went there, I was supposed to go to Marquette or Houston. That's when Houston was bubbling.
Now this wasn't right out of Madison. You had
at Glen Springs Academy.
So let's go back there and tell people what made you go to the prep school from Madison.
Well,
and then we'll get to all the things because I want to talk about the Kutcher Sports Club and all that.
I was a bad kid, man. Had no directions. One mother, just my mother, she worked to take care of us. So she really wasn't at home like that. And I did all sorts of things, you know. But as Rodney Parker, I used to go to Forster Park. That's my park. You got to read the book, Heaven's a Playground.
Yes, I did, yeah.
That's my park.
Yep.
I had to ride my bike from Brownsville to Flatbush every day and give them the business and ride home. My bike was my car. You know, Country James ended up being with us and taking us out. Oh man, Forster Park had every major player that played this game come through that park.
That's right.
So I made sure I got there to give everybody business. You know what I'm saying? You know, I used to walk in the park, they choosing them as soon as I come in, yo, you chucked, I got him.
That's when you elite.
Yeah, that's when you walk in the place and everybody wants you to play.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was that type of park. And then I met Rodney, the guy I just spoke with you earlier about.
Yes.
Rodney was the guy that was helping kids.
Very important to the community.
Yeah, oh man, he was helping kids get to school. But he had a little crookedness in him. I liked him a lot. You know, he was a good guy. Then I found out he was a scalper. So when the shows used to come, the concerts come to Madison Square Garden, he used to give me a whole bunch of money. I had to go from window to window buying tickets. So here go a kid that's in high school, getting ready to go, you know, 10th grade, 11th grade, and Rodney give me $1,500.
Back then, that was a lot of money.
I was rich.
Yes.
Shit, you have a lot of money. I was rich. Converse only cost $11.99.
That's a fact.
I went and bought every color. You know? They used to come to the park, I had new sneakers on. Where you get them from? And never mind, somebody gave it to me.
Right.
Rodney used to give me all this money, man. So I had to go to Circles. You remember Circles?
Yes.
Oh, the lights went out. You remember Circles?
Yes.
I go in Circles, man. I ain't had to pay for nothing. I had to walk in the door in the Circle. The guy that owned it said, man, give him what he want. Give him what he want. Yeah, man. On the ground work there. I mean, It was something back then, man. But you're not realizing as a kid, you know you're right, you can play. But you didn't realize how tough you was, man.
Yeah.
I played and didn't realize how good I was. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. Until I go to Austin Peay. I get to the Peay. Little town, 36,000 people in the town. The biggest thing I seen in town was a cow. Big old giant cow. And I used to go out there sometime by myself and sit and look at this cow. You know? I got there, the last stuff come from Glen Springs Academy.
How did that shape you? Let's go back. How did that shape you? You know, you say you went to Madison. You wasn't really, you know, you only played, only went to school to play basketball. After that, you would leave. They got you up to the academy, and you found some sort of discipline there.
Well, we disciplined each other because we didn't have much to do there. You know, we was just, it was a small school, not a bunch of students at all, not a bunch of students at all. So all of us, I mean, all of us had our own little problem, the guys that went there.
Yes.
So we kind of bought in to going to school because there wasn't nothing else to do.
Right.
I believe that school was in the right place at the right time for all of us. You know, we had guys go to major universities. Gary Jackson went to Arizona. You know, I went to the Peay. We went to major universities, man. You know, and when you come back home back then, going to school, get an education, just going to school, we didn't go, nobody went to school.
That's right, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was part of a selected few.
So we used to go right to that library there and the one down there. When I came home from playing, it was instilled in me every day go to the library. A lot of books in the library. You can go out the norm and just read something and learn something about something you never thought you had.
That's right.
So we used to go to the library a lot, you know. We used to meet up at the library. We used to bring our ball with us, but we go to the library 2-3 hours, and then it got shorter and shorter. We go to the library for 30 minutes because we're going to the park now. You know what I'm saying? But when we first started, we went to the library for a couple of hours.
Right.
But we showed that we instilled something and we learned something from each other. You know, we had a core of guys that we always stayed together.
So what was y'all record while y'all was there?
Oh, we were 52-2.
In 2 years?
In 2 years. 52-2, yeah. We had some team.
Who were some of the schools that were recruiting you outside of Austin Peay?
Oh, I had every major school in the country recruit me, all the way up to UCLA. You know, McGuire, Marquette, Guy Lewis, Houston. I had some top schools, man. I had some big schools, you know, but the thing about the big schools, people used to tell me, don't go to no school that's real big and get lost in the education. Because I'm one of the smartest guys in America.
Right, right.
I mean, I could stay above water, you know what I'm saying? So when I went to Austin Peay, small school, nice place. But you gotta remember, back then, there weren't black people in those towns.
Tennessee.
Back in the 70s.
It's a little different down there.
Hey, listen, a guy just told me last night, God bless Hook Turner. He just told me the story before I got there, how I just shaped the whole town. Yo, the town just shut down when I had a game.
Wow.
They be lining up 8 o'clock in the morning for an 8 o'clock game at night. You know, went down there, doing what I do, boo. Oh man, what I do. Henry Kinsey went to Murray State, played them in the second game I played there. They had a dude called Les Taylor. So he was a big, strong dude, built like world, big, strong dude. So the first half, I didn't recognize Henry. He didn't recognize me. At the end of the game, I had 38. I was a freshman, I had 38. Damn. And they started talking about me, this and that. A couple months later, we go to Murray State to play. Kenzie come on me and said, damn, Fly, you don't remember me? I said, nah, man. He said, I went to Boys High. I said, went to Boys High. With Duke, Dowson them, Gus, and Ray. He said, yeah. I said, damn, man, I can't remember. I said, remember Blue? He said, I was the backcourt guy with him. So he started telling me about the coach and the guy, and he was telling him, you can't guard him. I'm telling you, you can't guard him. he was telling his teammates.
Right.
But at the time, I didn't know. Second game we played, man, I had 49 on him. You know,
this is not, and I mean, pardon me for cutting you off, but these numbers that you're talking about is like unreal. Like no one goes to college, even to the day, is not freshmen getting 35, 49, and lead the country. You led the country in scoring?
Let me tell you about that one. This the funny part. Never knew it. Came home on Christmas break, flying to LaGuardia Airport. Never forget this. Country, my man Keith, everybody there. My mother, whole lot of friends, Jock, all of them there. I come in, they got cameras set up just like this.
Wow.
All over the place. I come to the place and say, wow, so movie star or something coming over here, what's going on? Who coming? Country said, they here for you. I said, for me? He said, yeah, man, you need the country in scoring. I said, get out of here. Then they start bum rushing me. Man.
You had no idea about
because I was so
the
far
politics of basketball, the numbers, the rankings.
Nothing. I was just going to school, trying to fill my education, playing ball. Just like I was in that park across the street, just giving them the business, man. You know what I'm saying? And the numbers was phenomenal. You know, I was averaging 33, 29.9. I ended up with 29.9. It was just unreal. Just unreal, man.
How many years did you stay at Austin Peay?
2 years.
2 years, and then they came knocking.
They came knocking on the door. I went, Denver drafted me first round, second pick. Went to Denver and sold me St. Louis. I went to expansion draft and went to Philly in the 9th round when the merger came.
Right.
And stuff. But yeah, I had a pretty good basketball career, man. You know what I'm saying? One man though.
Listen, I'm gonna give people some history, right? So you gotta understand what the NBA was like back then. You know, even before Fly came. You know, if you was too good, they'll limit you. If you didn't play within their parameters of what they thought basketball was, they will limit you, get rid of you, sell you. You know, they would draft black players only to get rid of them just so they can say they drafted them.
About that money.
Right.
Let me tell you, you hit the nail on the head, but you got to remember, it was only 16 teams until the merger. So you had to go fight for a job, man. I mean, literally fight, man. I watched Bob Lanier beat up Jimbo Akins because he tried to, Big Bob was crazy. I watched Big Bob beat up Jimbo Akins, and we on the same team, and he did something to him in practice that I didn't see, but when we got in the locker, he pounding on him. And told him to do it again. I said, yo, man, just practice, man. But that's how it was, man.
Fight for a job.
You got to fight for a job, man. You have to literally fight for a job, man. And you mentioned something that a guy just said a couple of weeks ago I met walking down the street. He said, man, they weren't ready for you, man.
No.
He said, you were too smooth, man. He said, your game was flamboyant, you know what I'm saying? And they just wasn't ready for your type of game, the way you played. You know, Sonny Hill down in Philadelphia, in Major League. He said he's like a fine wine, man. He's like a violin, like you're tuning a piano. I'm sitting there listening to this man. You know what I'm saying? And it took to me, wow, you must be tough, Fly. You know, and everything was so not effort, was easy as I don't know what more. I mean, it was just easy. I was just having fun. You know, I was just having a ball, playing the game, and it was a game I'm going anywhere to play.
So did the NBA draft you so the ABA wouldn't get you at the time?
No, I went to the ABA first. And you got to remember, in 1976, I went in the early 70s. In 1976, they had the merger. The bicentennial year, never forget that. 76, they had the merger. So most of the good teams in the NBA is ABA teams, you know.
Yes.
So we had so many stars. Man, you wouldn't believe who played with me. Me, Gus Gerard, Marvin Barnes, Release Lucas, Moses Malone, Jimmy Foster, Steve Snapper Jones, Joe Caldwell. So they wouldn't take our team and put it in the league because we had so many stars.
Yeah, they spread you guys
We
out.
was up and coming. So people went all different ways. Luke and Dave Twazik went to Portland, that I could recollect. I went back to Denver. No, I went to Philly in the merger. I went to Philly. Gus went to, God, where Gus Gerard went. Marvin went to Boston. Maurice went to Portland and won the NBA championship with Bill Walton.
Yep. They beat Dr. Jan. They beat the 76ers
Beat
that
the
year.
Sixers.
Yep.
And stuff. He ended up being, Bill Walton named his son after him, Luke. I never forget that. Luke Walton come from Maurice Lucas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some history right there.
Yeah. That's how Luke got his name, Luke Walton, from Maurice Lucas.
Yeah.
Wow.
They won the NBA championship.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be on that Sixer team.
It would have been too much fly. They had enough guys. They had enough guys.
Well,
I'm not saying that you couldn't play,
No,
but the
they
reason
did.
why they lost is because they wouldn't play with each other.
Right. But see, on that team, they had George McGinnis.
Yep.
They had Julius Erving. They had Doug Collins. They had World Be Free.
Yep.
They had Bill Cunningham. That's how I had to leave. I made the team. I never forget what Gene Shue said. He said, man, I never seen a kid shoot 1,000 for 1,000. He said, but I got to waive him. Well, Bill Cunningham was coming back. We were supposed to play Detroit in 2 days. I took my picture out, man. This was devastating. We had played Detroit in 2 days. All of a sudden, Bill Cunningham decided to come back. I was the only one with no cut contract. They had to waive me. He blew his knee out that same night, but now I'm up in Seattle. Yeah.
Only the other way to shoot.
If he didn't come back.
Right.
You know, and that was the third trip, man. That's when I told Jack, I'm getting out of here. I ended up going to Spain, Sicily, Jerusalem. I remember when Kobe Bryant was born.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I remember me and Jelly Bean played in Spain together, man. Back then, you was only allowed 2 Americans on the team.
That's right.
You know, if you get mad at me, I ain't got nobody to talk to.
You can't speak the language, right?
I'm trying to tell you. You
Wow.
know, so, yeah, I had 3 Brad Bricks, man.
How good was Jelly Bean?
Jelly Bean was tough, 6'9", played small forward. Yeah, Jelly Bean can shoot that jumper. You know, yeah.
Was there anybody that gave you a hard time?
Earl Monroe. I had 35 at halftime down in Baker League, down in Philly, and Jack kept telling me, leave him alone. Man, I'm killing him. Second half, man, he was spinning like a top. Falling back on one leg.
What you know about that?
Falling back on one leg, talking about it's getting hot. Yo, I'm jumping out the damn.
Black Jesus.
That shit go right over my hand in the bed. Jack said, I told you, leave him alone. Yeah, I think I had 38 for the game. I think I scored 3 the second half. He ran me off all kind of picks and everything. I got beat up, man. See, back then you used to body check.
That's right.
It ain't like this stuff today.
That's right.
I swear to God, man, they asked me on a guy thing the other day. He said, man, with the 3-point, the range you had in the 3-point, how many yards? At least 75.
Easy.
Very easy. Yeah, remember, I'm 1 step, 2 step across half court, turn that thing loose, man. You know, yeah, easy. I love watching Steph Curry, Dame Miller. I love watching them dudes. They got some, I love them games. Them dudes got some range. And these new kids today. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Steph just changed the game. You know, that little guy, he ain't little either. He's 6'3", but he changed the game, man.
Yeah,
the whole game.
He went from shooting like this, right? Because kids think that he just stepped onto the court. He wasn't ranked. He wasn't.
He went to that little Davidson school.
Put them on the map.
But his dad was something.
Oh, Del Curry. I know about him.
Muggsy used to come off that thing, doing that thing, man. You might just turn your head and run down the court. Yo, there was something, man.
And you saying that, it inspires me so much because, you know, I look at the game a little different now because so many people, they got everybody shooting threes, and sometimes the game can be a little stealth for me because the creativity is not there.
Yeah, it's not no really breakdown in the game no more, you know. Who gets a rebound under the basket and throw it out to the corner? Okay, but you got to remember, back then we didn't have European players, so they couldn't change the game. Now you have a lot of European players in the game, and that's their game. They're not physical like we was back then. You know, you got to remember the big kid. His father was something else. He beat you up. Played in Sacramento. The center. What's his name again?
Sabonis, yes.
His father was one of the first European players.
Yes.
And then Dirk. And then Kukos.
Oh, the Petrovic was
with the Nets.
Yep.
You know, they all came around at the same time, but they didn't have a number. You can count them on two hands when you're having a league then.
So you think they're changing the game for
they revolved the game so they can come. They couldn't dig the physicality back then.
So how did you survive in the NBA, playing with the NBA, the ABA, with so much guys that would knock you out during those days?
You use these legs. You get in good shape, you get around that stuff.
You and Earl had those.
Yeah, we had the monster thighs.
It's crazy.
We used to run on the beach with army boots on there. You know, we didn't have the facility and the technology they have today. So we used to go to Canarsie and run the beach. You know what I'm saying? And all of us Jock too. You should have seen Jock jump. We always should just run the beach. We didn't lift no weights or like that. Earl was naturally like that.
Right.
Jock was naturally like that. And me, I was a string bean.
Yeah, me too.
You know, matter of fact, I'm at my playing weight right now, thanks to the doctors. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, you had to use what you had to accomplish your goal where you wanted to go.
Who would you say was your best coach that you ever had throughout your whole career? If it's a few, that's cool too.
Well, I had a good coach called Mr. Robinson. He was a park guy. His name was Horace. That's how I ended up in St. John's playing and everything. Horace Robinson took us there. We had a team called Robinson All-Star. Me, Stanley Smokey Smith, Steve Rogers, Ron here. We got beat every day. I got beat every day for 2 years until I learned how to play this game. Oh boy, they was mad when I learned though. I'm telling you, man. I couldn't wait to go and thrash them. I kept an attitude. Everybody beat me bad when I was young.
You kept the list.
Yeah, up here.
Right.
Yeah, that's that dude right there. Yeah, you know, it just, we was different, you know. That's why I think they put everything in decades today.
Yes.
You know, my analogy anyway, you know, who the greatest of this, it's no great one, man. You know, who's better than who? At this time, he was. At that time, he is. You know, I don't like when people ask who the GOAT. The ball's the GOAT. That's what you got to put in that hole. That's the GOAT right there.
Jordan said the same thing. Dr. J said the same thing. And when you talk to these guys and, you know, to hear them say it, and people revert to them, right? And people revert to you as, you know, you can't go around New York and people not say that. I remember a guy said he was up at Rucker Park, and it was you, P.B. Kirkland, Joe Hammond. He went on the couch and asked him who was the best out the three. He said, no question, it's Fly.
Yeah, he couldn't do it without me.
Now, what was Pee Wee game like? Because, you know.
Pee Wee was quick. Drop that time, run around you like a. You ever been in the house and cut the light on and see the cockroach?
Oh, yeah. I'm from the 70s, baby.
Yeah, Pee Wee was there.
Right.
Pat that thing. You know, you got to remember Pablo Robinson played back then.
Yes.
You know, Bobby Hunter.
Zorro.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was a funny kid. Manigault. You know.
Now hold on. I'm gonna stop you right here because I asked Charlie Scott the same question. The legend of is the legend of Earl Manigault greater than the game that he had?
Yes.
Okay. Charlie said the same thing.
No backboard.
He was just a short guy that had
He had a guy. He was 6'2", and so he really couldn't. He wasn't quick enough to guard a guy at 6'2" that played guard or whatever. So he just played the center, and he had good feet work. You know what I'm saying? Put him between that foul line and the key, make it a little maneuver, and run and dunk the ball. You know what I'm saying?
But he was dunking on a lot of
man,
people.
he jumped, man. But he couldn't jump that high in that movie. me and Joe Hammond talked about that. He said, man, dude couldn't out-jump you. I said, yeah, but y'all up here in Harlem is a myth.
Yeah, they stressed the name. Like you had a name in Brooklyn. Like again, we didn't have, you know, if there was an announcer, because I didn't know they had an announcer in Breevort, because I thought that was just an uptown thing.
No,
but then
man,
Slim told me.
But that was special back then because they didn't have them in all the parks.
Right.
So you would love to go to Breevort and play. Because the guy said he's coming through the coliseum, you know, he introducing you before you even get on the court. So it was a good thing to come to the coliseum.
Right.
It was great. You know what I'm saying? That's why I never missed a game in there. You know, I never missed a game in the coliseum. We playing there tonight? Oh man, I had to rest up all day in the house, feet up off the ground in the bed, looking at the clock. Okay, 5, time to go.
Y'all hear that?
5 o'clock.
Fly never missed a game in Breevort.
Nah, man, never missed a game in Breevort, man.
Joe Hammond.
Oh, I met Joe and them playing the Wagner. He was from Wagner Projects. Me, Jock, and us went up there to play in the Easter tournament and stuff. They had a kid named Harold Funny Kid, man. He talking about he could really shoot. Manigault couldn't jump like this dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I met Joe and all them. But you know, I lived in Harlem for a little while.
Okay.
I lived on 145th and 8th, right around the corner from Willie Burgers. Matter of fact, some days Willie Burgers was my dinner.
Oh, a lot of our dinners back then, especially after playing games uptown.
We didn't have much money.
Right.
You know, my mother made everything from my clothes to the biscuits in the house, bro, to the bread to the ice cream.
Like like back in the days, I remember this. My mom had a sewing machine in the house. Right, we just sent our clothes to the cleaners. They was getting done all the hems from the pants to cut.
Well, you remember when all the glides came out, the aqua schooners?
Yep.
Of course, my mother used to make mine.
Wow.
I'd say, Mom, I want a coat like that. She found out how much the coat was. She went and got material for the material store and made the coat. Everybody thought I had a real one. So I started dressing. I was clean. The double neck pants, the glides, the alpaca sweaters. My mother used to buy the damn material and make them, bro.
Some of the beginning.
Some of my alpaca sweaters wasn't alpaca. But it looked like alpaca.
That's right.
You know
that's
what I'm
right.
saying? Yeah. But some of mine wasn't alpaca. My mother was the seamstress for the churches and everything, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, I had a great life, man, I'm telling you. Crazy life, but a great one, man.
No doubt. And now you're commissioner of the McMillan League 50 and over, right?
Oh yeah.
What does that mean to you to come home and be, you know?
That was special, man, to come to Brownsville and listen to the chaos with these grown men. I mean, chaos, you know what I'm saying? They look up to me, you know what I'm saying? They know I'm a respectable person, you know, I'm a respectable guy, I'm not gonna talk to you crazy. But I'm like the guy in the ring, the referee. I'm firm, but I'm fair.
Yes.
Like you see what happened today.
Yes.
I'll go up to the dude, listen, man, and you see him bounce. Somebody else couldn't do that to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I respect him as a person. You know, you gotta give respect to get respect. You can't demand respect from anyone. Only place you demand respect is when you get between them lines. That's been my motto all my life. When I get between the lines, I'm gonna disrespect you. You know, but as far as a human being, everybody here tell you, everybody in Brown will love me. You know what I'm saying? I've never been disrespectful to nobody, never tried to high side nobody. I just try to put the guy on my level as well. If he didn't have what I had, I put him on my level. If he don't have what I'm gonna get you what I got. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different today, and I try to explain to these kids. You know, you know, I'm getting ready to try to do some stuff. Well, I'm not gonna do it. Lil Mel gonna do it. We're gonna do something with the kids here. You got to grab these kids now.
That's right.
That's 7, 6. And give them something to look forward to in life, man. Because there's nothing, we don't have no more tournaments out here. I had to give tournaments in all the parks. They won't allow it up here because there's stuff that goes on, you know.
The streets, yeah, it's hard, man.
Yeah, chew you up and spit you out, man. Yeah.
But you're a national treasure, man. You're definitely someone that we all look up to. This is why these guys can play in these games and not get out of hand. I'm sitting here watching you talk with Earl, the referee, and, you know, just seeing you lay down the law and say, listen, if they're not doing what they need to do, these guys are going to be fighting and carrying on, they can't play.
That's right.
You know, and for me to hear that from you, knowing that you holding these grown men to a level that they need to be held to, because, you know, look, who wants to be arguing with and fight with a 50-year-old man anyway?
But not only that, man, you got kids in the jail, you're supposed to be at another standard at this age. You're 50-something years old, man. What is wrong with you? This guy got his son over here or his child over here, and you saying certain things. Now he got an attitude because you said that in front of his child. Now you got a big whole different thing now. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't know where it's going to escalate or where it goes. But he taught me a valuable lesson today. I ain't never been a commissioner. You know what I'm saying? I've been a commissioner in the streets. I ain't never been a commissioner of a tournament.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he taught me something today. Listen, you can throw the guy out the game or suspend the guy as well if the ref don't do it. But I didn't know that. So I learned something today. So everything I'm doing now, next year, it will be implementing the rules.
Right.
You understand? Listen, you can't play no more. He can take him up, he can finish the game, and I tell him, you can't come. I learned that from the guy Earl today, you know. So I'm still in a learning process at this age. You know, I'm only 37 today, you know.
Hey, you learning on the fly.
That's right.
Right,
there you go. Right on the fly. You're right. You know, so yeah. You know, you're never too old to learn, man.
That's right.
And I try to steal the kids. Don't think you're a smarter guy because it's something that you don't know.
That's right. That's right.
And that's just life, boo.
If there's one thing that you could change about your life, what would it be and why?
Nothing. I had a ball, bro. I had a great time. If I left the world today, I owe them some change. You know, how can someone ask a question like that, even though you asked it, that they had such a wonderful time? You know, that I don't regret anything. You know, I'm a truthful guy. Everybody around here tell you. I don't tell no stories, I ain't got no game. Only game I got was for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no game, I tell you straight up. Just like what you see happen today. Listen, you got no business over here, man. Down here, bro.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And ain't none of that trying to sugarcoat nothing. All them guys that you see that's out there that's 50-something, the Junie Sanderses, the Mont Joneses, the Seth Marshalls, and so on and so on. I give them respect so they respect me when I say. Been like that since I met them. You understand? Benny Count, all them guys. I can say something to them, and they listen to what I say. I don't care how heated. You see how heated it was?
Yeah.
I walked in the face, he seen me, he came to another level. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else might have came, might have escalated the situation. Because I always gave them that respect since they were a kid. All of them, you know. Come on down there with me, man. There wasn't no screaming, yelling. Yo, man, you don't belong over here. Come on down here with me. Wait till he passed me and walked down and sat there with me. I said, you know what you did wrong? You went over to mind somebody else's business. You ain't no coach. How you just gonna bogart the coach? Yo, I was trying to help. No, you're not here to help him, man. Do it say coach and assistant coach and help on the thing, man? Do it say helper?
Right, right.
He sat there and finished watching the game, man.
Look, you're so revered, you know, and you're someone who saw the world and came back to Brownsville and still helping out people, man. So definitely want to give you big ups on that. I enjoyed this, man. I know we can sit here and talk.
Oh man, we can talk to the light going on this small planet, man.
And it's been going off and on and on, but we still here, baby. We still here.
Let me tell you something, man. I love to talk. I like to talk to the kids. I like the kids to talk to me. You know, they invite me places to talk to the kids. I say, nah, I need the kids to talk to me.
Yeah.
You know, and then I can tell them what road not to take.
That's right.
Jerry H. Reynolds, you know, he from here as well.
Yes, yes.
He won my number.
That's right.
Of course, he always say he wanted to be like me. I just tell him, you don't want to be like me. You want to be like you. You know, Ice was a young kid. We had a little thing called a hole down there in Van Dyke. And I used to chase him off the court. You know, I'm going to tell this story that's going to go in his documentary. He doing one now.
Okay.
So I used to chase him off the court. Man, get out of there, little shorty, get out of there. So I used to play him sometime. He don't touch the ball, but to take it out and throw it back to me. So I got so where I just chase him off the court. Get out of here. He goes there and gets his mother one day. He goes there and gets his mother and stuff. You chased my son off the court? I said, yes, ma'am, I did. I was polite and everything. Then here come his sister. I said, man, we wouldn't call your whole family on me, man? You can play to jock and everybody come here. I went on the side. Yeah, his mother, oh man, they came some lovely people in my life, man. You
no
know,
doubt.
His sister. But that's how you meet people in the project. We's in the project, bro. This is, you know, we gave it the name the PJs.
That's right.
You know, and it wasn't no pajamas.
That's right,
You know,
that's right.
We might have had sleepovers in the pajamas in the project. But you know, yeah, we had some.
You had any influence over Lloyd Daniels, any?
Oh yeah, oh my God, that boy there. He still called me, Jesus Christ, this guy. Called me in the middle of the night, man. This guy crazy, man. He be calling me like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I look and say, damn, Sweet Pea. Yo, what's up? Yo, Fly, who the baddest motherfucker? How many? Me, you, this one, that one? I say, yeah, you right, man. You right. Sometimes I put the phone on speaker and lay right down, the phone be in the bed. I wake up, he gone. I said, damn. You know, but Lloyd, he was a great kid, man.
Yeah.
He had a little problem. I used to chase him through the neighborhood, from out the spots, you know. You know, he the only kid that never finished high school, played in the NBA 7, 8 years, man.
That's right.
You know, and I used to always tell him, see, you made it, man. You know, everybody know what happened down in UNLV when he came home. He felt bad. He told me the story. I said, you know, unfortunately, you done that. You know, we all make mistakes. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
But you have to capitalize on your mistake. When he went to the league, I'll tell you, boy, I was so proud of him, man.
We all were.
Jesus Christ.
Knowing all the stuff that he went through. And I was just telling the story the other day, you know, man, if he doesn't go through all those things, right? It's like all of that. If he...
But you said the magic word. He don't go through all them things. He don't reach where he want to go. With the help of certain people. That's telling them.
It maybe never happened, right?
Right. You're telling them what's instilled in them. You see where, you know, and you're telling them one day he wakes up.
That's right.
You know, one day he wakes up. That's why you have to sit down and listen to the kids today. Everybody want to teach the kid and tell the kids something. No, sit down and listen to him. Listen to him. Because he's going to ram on for a little while. Day to day, maybe, if you're in his life all the time. Just don't tell the kid you're going to mold him this way. Not today. Not today. Nobody can mold a kid. You know, coaches used to say that, I made him what he was. No, man. I played for a lot of people. I took a little bit from everybody and put it in me. You hear him?
The Earl, we on camera
We from
too.
in the back.
I just want to say to Earl Robinson, the ref, New York City elite referee, one of my mentors. Don't believe the story that I saw Earl when it was raining in the Coliseum and asked him, sir, can I please play with you? Like, this is disgusting, bro. And he's gonna do this right in the middle of the interview. Look at this guy,
I went to the
man.
interview with Fly in Basketball Heads. It was a rainy day in 1970.
It wasn't 70, I wasn't even Breevort around there.
1980 something.
He's making the movie, this is a movie,
Right.
go ahead, Earl.
And I was in the Coliseum. He didn't know about the Coliseum. He had just moved into Breevort. Fly was a veteran of the Coliseum, dropped a lot of points. And he said, sir, can I shoot with you? And I said, sure, come on, young boy. And that's how he became Glen Harding. I brought him to West 4th Street to play with me with the homeboys, and we've been boys since.
That's right. Who let John score on? Give the young boy the ball. And look, and just like Fly, I had that jump shot too. But that's enough for me. Definitely love you, Earl. Let's have some fun right now. All right, let's get into the top 5. All right, cool. Told me like, yo, you know, they got all these different other podcasts from the city of them honoring their legends, and they came from the basketball head state. Again, it wasn't about monetary, it was just about, listen, I'm gonna give guys a chance to tell their story. The big thing was seeing Lamar Odom on Drink Champs. Lamar Odom was on Drink Champs, and salute to Drink Champs, one of my favorite podcasts, but I didn't think they did him justice because they was talking about all the other things off the court. Right? Instead
Yeah,
of what
well,
was
you
on the
know,
court.
we all got baggage.
And that's cool too. And that's
You're
cool
right,
too.
it's cool.
But how we know about Fly is through your basketball first, and all the other stuff that follows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I said, you know what? I want to give guys like yourself and others a platform to come on here and tell their story without it just being all the other stuff that people write about.
Oh, and
which
I
is
say
cool.
to people when they hear the story, I say, you better believe it ain't no myth. I can tell you that. Because how multiple people tell you the same story.
Yes,
A story is a story that comes from one or two people.
that's right.
You understand? When you hear it multiple times and over years and over decades, you know what I'm saying? And then you go, like a guy told me, he went on YouTube, he said, man, I was on there for that 3-5 hours looking at stuff on you.
That's a fact.
You know, I never looked at it, you know. But you had a calling. You know, I mean, that was God.
Yes.
You know, and you pursued what God was telling you to do. I always vowed not to come on nobody's podcast, but since I met you at Canarsie and did the thing with PJ, you called me up and I said, okay, I'll do it with you. But ain't nobody else been that called me because I ain't doing it. You know, they doing my life story now, so
No
you know,
doubt.
it's a pleasure
Nah,
for
I
me to
appreciate
you.
that.
I mean, no, it's a pleasure for me to you.
Thank you.
You know, I appreciate it. I don't mind, you know, talking about me. Everybody else got the story, but you hear them from the old saying, from the horse's mouth. You know, I was the shit, for real.
You still are that guy, man.
You know, there wasn't no doubt about it, you know, as I went on my life, you know, like a kid named Fluff would used to say, how he say it? He used to say, well, I'm going to give him the business, man. You know,
You did it like no other, Fly.
you know, that was my saying. You know, they got them all the mother say and this and that. This is a business, man. The game is a business today.
That's a fact.
You know, they got to realize why I say the business. It's not a sport anymore. You got to remember, agents used to get 10%. Now they get 1 or 2%. Because you see what that money is up there, man? Man, I was born too early. That's the hell happened.
The NIL deal, you'd probably got...
What?
You got like 10 mil easy.
I had a bank. You kidding me? That's why I say I was born too early.
Right.
I was like a fine wine before my time, man.
That's right.
You know, and didn't realize it until life went on.
Yeah.
I could talk some hella shit though, man.
Man, listen, you didn't know about the politics of basketball. You didn't know that you're the leading scorer in the country where a lot of guys will probably be checking their stats. You just doing it and to get education.
I had a guy walk up on me in here a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and said, man, I looked at you. You scored all them points? I said, and some. I said, let me tell you something. I watch you play. I can imagine how you played when you was younger. I said, you done got the business too, man. You know, I have fun now. I like talking junk. You see my little corner over there, right?
Yes.
That's a shit talking corner, man. You can't talk no shit. You can't come over there. God said, you talk a lot of shit. I said, I earned the right, man.
That's right.
Man. He just looked and shut his mouth off. Everybody started laughing. He right. I earned the right to talk shit. What right you got? You know, and guys that clam up, you know what I'm saying, once you set your legacy about this game, man. But you gotta put in that work, man. You gotta work hard, kid. You know, you gotta go to school. First thing I tell the young kids today, your parents, okay? If you got a higher power, you gotta go to school, get good grades if you wanna watch, if they want. I remember I used to come on when the games only came on Saturday. Everybody in front of TV because I'm playing on Saturday on black and white TV.
You had to turn the joints. There was no remote control.
No. Like it's 3 o'clock, Fly coming on, or this other guy coming on. You know, today is just a little more widespread exposure than ever. You know, we're the pioneers of this game, man. I always consider myself the pioneer of streetball, man. I went to this level and came back down this level and killed them at both levels. You know what I'm saying? We made streetball, man.
That's right.
You know, I tell all these guys, you wouldn't have been nothing if it wasn't for us.
That's right.
But y'all don't want to give respect. Like, they try to, you just asked me the best 5 guys.
Well, we gonna get there. Can we do that right now?
Yeah.
All right, so Joe, we're gonna get it to our top five. Okay. Top 5 guys you played with.
That I play with?
Yes.
Well, you know, I play with
5. You can't bring nobody off the bench.
Okay, top 5.
We gonna get him in trouble, y'all.
He ain't get me in trouble.
He played with a lot of greats.
Yeah, it's hard to say, so I'm gonna say me, and me.
No, come on, we can do that. We can,
because see,
I know.
I don't want to name guys because I got. All right, okay.
Yeah, it's just a game. It's just a game. Let's have some fun with it.
Why? The most guys I play with, and I have to have Earl. I got to have Marvin Barnes. Damn, well, I got to think. I got that one.
Yeah, 3 more.
David Thompson.
Oh my God, David Thompson.
Yeah, I played with DT. Who's the biggest brother?
It's the best part of the show, y'all.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got me.
2 more.
I got big guys that I play with. I mean, majority of the time, you know, Gregory Jacko Jackson.
Yep. 1 more.
Oh, man. I named World already, man.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah. Last one.
I'm missing somebody, man. I'm missing somebody. Don't get mad at me if I left you out.
They'll be in the comments. That's okay.
I still love y'all. Maurice Lucas. Listen, nobody has came on here and named the same 5, so this is a great thing. But I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody had their own accolade. You know, Maurice Lucas, pound for pound, he was the most premier fed power forward in the NBA, bro.
That's a fact.
And I honored to play with him. Marvin was the craziest mother in my life that was similar to me. You know? Jock and World were just a mild-minded guys, man. They was, like I said early in the, if I had that attitude, I'd have got a chance to play against Michael Jordan, man.
Definitely.
You know, Magic Johnson. I loved it, the competition.
But you wouldn't have been Fly, though.
What do you mean by that?
I just think the way you were kind of personifies the thing that you became and the legend that you became today.
Oh no, you're absolutely right about
Right?
that. But
When we talked about, you said you wanted to change anything.
yeah, but they'd have been on our archive though.
They would have been behind you, then you'd have been a Hall of Famer by then.
Yeah, you know.
Okay,
But that's life.
that's right.
The day-to-day, the more you promise nobody in life and the things that you do in life.
I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah, that, you know, every day is different. When you get a certain age, you know, as you growing, you know, love to go back to my childhood. Like to go back through and hope to do something different, but I can't tell you today what I would have changed.
That's real. All right, top 5 guys you played against.
Oh, Tiny Archibald. Julius Serpent.
Top 50s right there.
John Williamson.
Whew. Two more.
Oh, Brian Winters. Brian Winters was tough, man.
Did he? I think he went to Malloy. Did he go to Malloy? No, he went to LaSalle.
He played with the Bucks.
Yes, yeah. It's from New York. Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Jesus.
Played against him down in the coalition in Washington, D.C. But I got named Kevin Porter, Bobby Dandrew. I mean, I played against a lot of guys, man.
Jesus Christ. Those are the top 5 right there.
Yeah, I played against a lot of guys. I played against guys that had game, man.
Damn.
That can play, yeah.
3 guys that's in the top 50 NBA Hall of Fame.
I had the opportunity to play against them.
Jesus.
Where do you get that at?
Nah, no, this is the first right here, man.
Yeah, where you get that
It's the
at?
first.
Play against some more guys that's great, man. That was great, man.
Okay. In Fly Williams' opinion, the top 5 players in New York City history.
Connie Hawkins. Nate Tiny Archibald. They took Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Missing somebody.
Your number, I remember you mentioned him, but I want to make sure you don't forget him.
Oh, Roger Brown.
There you go.
And me.
Hey, he Fly. I don't mind if he say that, cause okay, his name been on a lot of people's lists. Okay, that's official. That's official. Well, listen, Fly, man, I appreciate this sit down, man. It means so much to me. I'm like a kid in the candy store right now, being able to sit down with one of my idols and someone who I looked up to and revered and heard so much about. Everything that they said was true.
Oh, yeah. You know that saying, don't believe the hype, but you better believe this hype.
Man, you are the hype.
My man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you, fellas. I appreciate y'all.
Much love. Hey, listen, y'all. We about to get out of here, man. It's Glen Harding with the one and only James Fly Williams. You know what it is, baby. Basketball heads. We are the official home for New York City basketball. Peace.
Big up to the cameraman.
5 Fields in the building. Always, my God, man. Ain't not going anywhere without him. Awesome. We out, baby.
Y'all ready? Yeah. You have just stepped out into the world of